And then that microphone, you just want to pick one there, get her. Yeah. All right, 30 seconds.
It's going to be different being on here without kids roasting me the whole time.
Yeah.
We should bring Devontae back for a
the gun show.
The gun show, yeah.
Yeah, his gun show. That's funny. Yeah, guns are making gains. That's what I just remember saying that. Making gains.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun couple seconds.
that was good. Oh yeah, Roxy Music with right here on KRIM 96.3 FM. Chris Higgins in the studio. Getting a little late start on our Community Spotlight program this morning, but that is okay because we got some cool things to share. If you're able to watch us on our Facebook page, we're streaming a Facebook Live right now, as we usually do with our Community Spotlight program. So check us out there. I see Nick Mullins checking in with a few others. And leave a comment as well if you'd like. This morning we have Payson High School football coach Brian Burke in the studio, and we're going to be talking about the high school football program and also the tax credit for kids and how you can help the football program out, where that money goes, and some of the things that they do in our community as well to just make them into well-rounded adults, because it's not just about football, but it's so much more than that. So Coach Burke, good morning, and thank you for coming in this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Hey, you're very welcome.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's fun. We were just talking before we went on here that usually have players in here, and we're giving them a hard time. They're giving us a hard time, but not this morning. Just you, man, flying solo.
I thought about bringing Devontae in just for him to come up and talk about the gun show.
Talk about the gun show and gains, and talk about his big gains that he has going on.
It's different. Me being by myself, I usually got kids in here making fun of me the whole time. So this is new.
No, and hey, and you're also able to sit in that seat or that chair where normally we got to put you in the corner because you block the players. Even the big ones. Sorry, the Burke wall. even the big ones, Devontae. Sorry, but you're still not. You're not the size of the Burke wall. So, hey, so tax credit for kids. You wanted to share a little bit of information about that, and I just shared that on the KRIM FM Facebook page. So on there, on the sheet, there's a QR code that can take you right to where you can fill out that paperwork or do all of that, right?
Absolutely. So I keep sharing on the football page, and I get some people resharing and things like that, and comments and things. So I just kind of wanted to get on and talk a little bit about it, and I think it's a great program for all schools in the state of Arizona. That it's a dollar for dollar tax credit refund. So it for up to $200 for a single family home or single tax filer, and then for $400 for a family. That money goes to the football program or to whatever school, public entity that you donate to, and then you get that money back in dollar for dollar in your refund. So you get the money back, and we get so it's kind of a win-win. It's a great program. But the great thing about it, and what a lot of people like to see, everybody wants to know, like, where's my money going? Where's my money going? When you use Credit for Kids money, or you donate there, it goes into a special pot that we use, and that special pot of money is designated to football Credit for Kids, that can only be used for things that directly benefit kids. So it can't be used for buying shirts to resell or it can't be used for anything like that. It has to be used for the kids' uniforms, to pay for helmets. And that's always a huge cost of ours. So we have to shoot, helmets these days are run $300-400 a pop now, and every year we got to go buy 8 to 12 of them so that they don't age out. So that's it goes towards equipment that's specific to that directly impacts the kids. So so it's a great program, and I know a lot of people like to see, where's my money going? Like, well, that is one way that if you do donate money and you give that $200, $400 for credit for kids, it directly goes back to the kids, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I think it's like a great program. Like I said, we keep posting it, and we keep making pushes for it. Our whole district does. But I like to kind of go out and promote how we go about it and what we do with the money that people generously give.
So just with the example of helmets, that's around $5,000 or so every year that costs just for the helmets.
Oh yeah.
Now pads. Yeah, pads.
Yeah. So I talk to our kids. We do in the past. I've done a little game of Monopoly when I give out equipment, so that we make sure that we play. We're respectful of our equipment and stuff. So I'll play. What's the game with all the Jeopardy?
Jeopardy.
We'll play a little game of Jeopardy. It's like, all right, how much do you think this helmet costs? And all the kids will guess, like $100, $1,000.
Yeah. So
we'll do that, and it comes down to the uniform with the jersey, pants. Kids got a girdle, helmet, shoulder pads. They walk out. They walk out in the field in about $1,000 for equipment.
Wow.
So it's it's not a cheap sport, by any means, and especially if you're talking helmets, man. That every year I lose hair trying to think about that. That's about $3,000 to $5,000 a year that we have to spend to replace helmets, because in order to keep them certified and all the helmets that we give kids are certified every year, and that we safe to play in 10 years that they age out. So you can't use a helmet from 2011 on a kid today. So they have 10 years before they get aged out, and in those 10 years you have to recertify every 2 years. In order to make sure we don't lose 40 helmets in 1 year, we typically buy 10 to 12 helmets a year to kind of keep up on that, so we're never ever out a lot of helmets at once. So I guess, like I said, that is it's usually where most of our credit for kids money goes is buying helmets, equipment, things like that. I like to take them. We'll take them on some trips here and there, travel over the summer for 7-on-7 competitions and things like that are fun to do. All that kind of stuff is kind of what we like to focus those funds on, or things that directly go back to what the kids do. Right?
And so off the field, also the kids, you like to have them participate in different events or be a part of different community events, activities. And your team has been really active here, like recently in the last year or two, helping the community with different events. What were some of those events?
One of our core values that we talk as a program, and I meet with our leadership group all the time with our high school kids and talk about if you ever see us wearing shirts as Ride with the Brand or things like that, we talk about what does the brand Pace of Football, what does that mean to us, and something that our kids, it's awesome, our kids buy into, our kids like to see, is they want us to be pillars in the community, and that's something that I preach and talk a lot. So it's really important to the kids that we are out in the community, we're out and about. So we've done things like help assemble and take down the Veterans Wall that came up in Green Valley. We're helping with MSA and Trevor Creighton. We had a couple of kids go out and help with the Heinlein Trail in Pine. We got another trip coming up, or another event coming up in April. Our kids, we put on a lot of youth camps and things like that. Our kids we run 4-day camps, and our kids put in like 20 hours of community service just that week alone. So we get out and try to get out and about as often as we can. There's a bunch of opportunities that people come up to us and ask us to do, and we like to do that. We'll go to the middle school and elementary schools once a year, kind of get with the youth and talk with them. This year we had our groups on coming to PES during Spirit Week, and we did anything from our kids are reading stories to kindergarten classes to getting up and doing the class dances. So we had I got a couple videos of Dexter Waterman and a couple of our big tough guys doing the itsy bitsy spider dance and stuff. So
That's funny.
It's really important that we get out in the community, and that's something that sometimes we kind of lay a little low on those things, and I don't always probably promote that kind of stuff as much as I should sometimes, but I wanted to get out and kind of talk about it. When the community shows up and supports us the way they do, and we got so many people that travel to our games and show up to our home games, and just the love that our community has for our football kids, and I want it to be shown that our kids are going to give back to that community. We appreciate all the love and support they give us.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And it's great to see. I know recently, because it's not football season right now, it's winter sports just ended.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the basketball players that were recognized, you mentioned one of them, Dexter Waterman, who
Mm-hmm.
plays basketball as well. And it's really cool because you see that among all the programs, like recognizing kids within, the different programs, and when they're not playing, football, then the other sports they're participating in, you're recognizing them and congratulating them and saying, hey, great job, Dexter and Caleb Marinelli. I forget, was there another one also?
Sergio
Madrid
made that list, and it was awesome to see Mikey Shinstock and Annie Hatch make those lead. They're not football players.
Yeah.
A unique thing about me is, I coach football, but I also teach all the weight training classes. So that's about 60 or 70% of the student athletes on campus take a weights class. In fact, that's why I was late today. We're bench press maxing today. We had a couple of kids. We were fired up, and all of a sudden I was like, time to go. So it is. As much as I love seeing, obviously football guys go out and be multi-sport athletes, love that, support them, even that one Saturday I went out and watched a couple football players wrestle in the finals for wrestling. Gage Bell, Sal Celis, and Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we went back to Fountain Hills and got packed at a tiny gym and watched
basketball.
Play their hearts out in Fountain Hills. And I just my wife coaches softball. Last weekend I was at a softball tournament all weekend, and we got to see the baseball players and stuff. So it's just I love Payson High School athletics in general, and all the kids. So it's awesome seeing our kids getting recognized at any sport.
And it's cool, some of the football players, Dean Wilson, I think Dean and Cutter Landris. Tyler Wilson, sorry.
Yep.
Not Dean, golly.
Dean's the dad.
Yeah,
You
Dean's
age
the
yourself
dad.
a little bit.
I know. I think sometimes maybe he gets fired up to where he wants to be out there playing baseball.
Yeah.
But Tyler. And it's really good. We have a lot of great young athletes, athletes in the school that are involved in a lot of different sports and really do well, excel.
Absolutely. In spring right now, if you look at the baseball team is probably 70-80% of those kids play football this year, and so that's a huge portion of the baseball team are football players that we go out and help support. Track, we got a ton of football players out now. Track, we got a couple. I don't know if we got any football players going out for golf, but we got a golf coach that's part of the
football team.
Part of the
Angel
football program, and he might have some younger football players on the golf team. I'm not sure, but even if you even look at part of the football family, some of our managers, Holton Waterman's playing softball. We got Bree Marinelli playing going off track. So it's busy spring. I really promote multi-sport athletes and kids that don't get in a winter sport right away. Some kids like to kind of take a little breath between football and right after football. So spring sports is, especially if you're not making the baseball team, then I've had a couple times where I personally walked a couple football players out the track to meet Coach Ball and Coach Theo Camp out there and saying, hey, this guy he wants to get faster. He doesn't know it yet, but he might be doing track. So we have some of those conversations. But it's awesome. It's awesome. I love to see it. Like I said, I think out of 85 football players we had this year, I talked with Ryan Sherling, your AD. I think when I looked at it, I think we had 72 or 73 of them that were playing a second sport, and
Wow.
played a second sport this year. So that's
That's really good.
I'm not a math guy, but I think it's like 85% or something.
Yeah, it is a high percentage.
Somebody's
High
gonna check
percentage.
us. Somebody's gonna leave that on the comment.
Yeah, see if anyone out there that is gonna do math real quick and let us know the exact percentage. No, it's good to see, and then also academically,
Yeah.
it's really good. When you see the honor roll come out, and I know recognizing all of the student athletes there. And just doing a great job, because it's a lot. It's a lot for them to not only keep up with the school and the academics, but to maintain honor roll grades,
Absolutely.
and then also compete at a high level in those sports.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we as a staff, all 11 of us, and and I think about the administration and their support of the football program over the years and everything. So it's all one, giant umbrella that we all contribute to. But it's been a real big push to get the right guys on the bus, right? It's a non-cut sport, so we don't necessarily get to pick and choose who gets to come out for football. So we take everybody, and our job is to not say, hey, this kid's not a good fit, let's get rid of them. It's our job to really develop them into high integrity individuals, hardworking in the classroom, the weight room, football field, and try to develop them to be better young men, future fathers, future husbands, employees down the road, So that's kind of what the role we take, and something we as a staff we take a lot of pride in. So, and I think that's where you see a lot of the high GPAs show up. And like I said, a lot of that comes down to, obviously you see, obviously their parents are raising, hardworking kids and things like that. But you also see those kids are coming to us as freshmen because our middle school programs and Coach Lee down there in middle school, he's developing younger guys, and we got guys that are hardworking and passionate about football because, the work that Waterman's do in the youth football programs, and all those guys come back through, and it's pretty special. It's really special, the community we have, and how many people are impacted by one sport.
Yeah.
It plays 10 times a year, 5 home games a year, and how much our community rallies behind around that. So we're blessed. I'm absolutely blessed to lead this program and to be to have a part of the journey with these young guys, and watch them develop to be hardworking young men that are motivated and have goals. I'm happy as anything. Trying to think of a radio appropriate analogy.
Hey, we're gonna turn the radio off, and this will just be for Facebook. What Coach Burke is about to say.
Yeah, but no, I'm very blessed, and love this community and all the people that contribute to it.
I know it's an amazing community, and just time after time we're shown that just by all of the support from the people in the community for our youth, for the different sports programs, academic programs, really everything. Everything that our young people are involved in, they get support, and it's great to see. Also, just have to say, I feel that there's amazing teachers and coaches and everyone in the school district. You can just see, and you see examples, and you can tell that you and others care about the kids, and that's what's so important. Is when kids know that there's adults and people in their lives that care about them, and they're investing all of their time and energy and effort traveling to all these games and doing all of these things to support them, to be there cheering them on, and to really encourage them. That makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
I know traveling to some of the games, and it's kind of sad because you go to some schools and in the stands I mean, there's like hardly any parents there, and there's a lack of support from parents or the community, and you feel bad, for those athletes, because you see what we have here, and how much of a difference it makes just in kids' lives.
Absolutely.
Like you said, it's about their life and them as people, and
football. We use it. Football's a classroom. The football field is a classroom, and the lesson is life, and we talk about that all the time. Like, this is a game. You play this very short part of your life, and we're hoping that you persevering in that 4th and 1 and finding a way to gut it out. That's going to help you in a life full of 4th and 1 situations that you're going to face some adversity and overcome it, and lean in pain, and all these football analogies that we talk about all the time. But what does that prepare you for? Like, that's it's a whole lot of waste of time if we just sit there and talk about the 10 football games, plus playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a whole lot of time goes into talking about 10 games. No, this is a lesson of life, and a lot of people. I know, Brian Bowman spoke at our banquet, and he talked about how football grooms you to be a hardworking, passionate, I say all the lessons that football gives you and stuff, and we still got guys that are alumni that come back and tell you, like, what, I've learned I attribute my success in my business or whatever because of some lessons I learned from playing football and overcoming and brotherhood and all these things that we teach. And I think that we talk about all the time. Football is a game, but we teach it. The football field's a classroom, and the lesson is life, and that's what we're trying to teach us to overcome and understand that. We get 85 kids in the program. Everybody come from all walks of life. I can't ask you to have 85 best friends, and that you guys are walking here, and everybody's going to agree on the same things, and it's always going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not. Sometimes a guy next to you is going to drive you nuts, right? But learning how to build a relationship with him and to work with him and things, and this guy might drive you nuts today, and 10 years from now, he might be the first guy you call when your baby's born, or you get married, or he might be the best man at your wedding. So I think those relationships are really important that we talk about all the time too.
Yeah, and that's where it's cool to see, the students in different sports programs because, football, basketball, baseball, team sports, softball, soccer. But then you get those individual sports, wrestling and track and field, where those teach great lessons as well, where, hey, now it's just you and you pushing yourself, and you can't, point a finger at a teammate or look at a teammate and say, well, wait a second, that was their assignment. No, it's all on you. So it's great, the opportunities that sports present for our young people to grow. And be prepared for life. So,
absolutely, appreciate that.
Yeah, so again, donating tax credit for kids, we shared that on the KRIM FM Facebook page, and it's also on Payson High School Football Facebook page. There's a QR code right there. You just have to scan that with your phone, and it'll take you to the paperwork, and you can make a big difference, have a big impact on our Payson High School football program.
You can also find the form on pusd10.org on the website, on the district website. There's a link at the bottom, subscribe for kids. That'll take you to the form as well. Then you have to print it out and turn it in there. So.
Gotcha. A lot of different ways you can get to it. So hopefully if you guys do not do that, look at doing that, and again, donating to Payson High School football program. Hey, well, thank you, Coach Burke.
Thank you for having me.
Hey,
appreciate
you're
it.
so welcome, man. It's always a great time. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening this morning. Time to get back to the music with some Kings of Leon, Bad Company, Nirvana, and more. But first, hey, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
Appreciate it, buddy.
And see what this bipolar weather is going to be like. You're welcome.
All right, we got some softball and baseball games that need to have some good weather.
Oh yeah.
I know we need to I'm all about precipitation.
Yeah,
Our summer's out, but
it's
snow's getting a little old.
yeah, it's tough because you need that rain, man. But it's hard for you guys or for the sports programs rescheduling and everything.
Yeah, no, they ended up having to go because of that storm of the century that we had last week. They were scared they're going to get their for softball, baseball. They thought they were going to get their school canceled and they wouldn't be able to travel.
Yeah.
So they had to leave now. They both left down Tuesday.
Yeah.
And got like Airbnbs for the week.
Yeah.
So, crazy.
Yeah, that. No, I know. I was